Hey, it's Lisa Marie from Cars 108. I am hanging out at the amazing Dr. Bobby Mukkamala's Car Museum. I call it a museum because it truly is.
It sort of is, yep.
But this is the site for tomorrow night's Cars and Bars, great fundraiser for the Flint Institute of Music and the Sloan Longway Planetarium. I am in awe right now. I'm walking through here with you and seeing all these cars. How many cars total?
So I have about 63 cars.
Okay.
In my collection, and pretty much all of them are here except that I happen to be driving on any given day.
Any given day. What was the choice of cars today?
Today, because there's rain in the forecast, I just took my 2013 Tesla out.
There you go.
It's more forgiving of rain spots.
So I love that all these cars have a story behind them and history, but let's just get to the real thing, the fundraiser tomorrow. You're so passionate about raising money for the Cultural Center. This is the second or third year for this?
This is the third year.
Third year.
Yep.
And we're expecting about 400 people. There's still time you can get your tickets. And what is the goal of tomorrow night?
So it's twofold. One, people ask me which car I'm taking back to the Bricks every year, and it's always hard to decide, and you have to get there at 4 in the morning, and to take 2 or 3 cars requires people to help me move them back and forth. And that's when I decided, people want to see my cars, but it's just so hard to take them to that event, so why not have my own event after Back to the Bricks? And so that's kind of why I started to do this. And then I thought, well, why not have it as a fundraiser for local nonprofits? Because no sense, wasting a good opportunity to raise money for our nonprofits. And so then the other thing that occurred to me is that, there's a car theme to it, so hence the Sloan Museum. But why not also have a musical theme to it and to benefit the Flint Institute of Music? So that's why there's a band. So it's cars and bars of music, not bars of alcohol, because cars and alcohol don't go together so well. So yes, exactly. Yep. So that's how it started.
So again, all these cars that are in here, I see a theme with color. A lot of red, a lot of black going on in here. Oldest car you have here?
The 1959 Corvette.
Which we've talked about. That's, if you had to keep one, that's the car you would keep.
Yeah,
we're going
to
show everybody some shots. I mean, I wanted to come down here because if they can't make it, they really need to take a sneak peek. Now, is there times that people can actually view these cars when it's open to the public ever? Or just special events?
The easiest way would be the special event, and then the other way is just to contact me. And probably during the summer season, once a week, somebody calls and says, "Hey, do you mind if we take a look at your car collection?" And I'm happy to do that. It's just, instead of doing it 20 times throughout the year, it's nicer to, and we feed them if they come tomorrow. Right?
There you go, you get some food tomorrow. And tomorrow, if there's people like, you that are out there that have their own classic cars, you're encouraging them to bring their babies down here as well.
Exactly. Yep, there's room in the parking lot, and then also a little bit of room inside also. Tomorrow, there might be a little rain in the forecast, and you know how car people are about their cars and rain, and so, I wouldn't blame them if they didn't want to bring it because of the rain, but there's plenty of cars to see here also.
So, in looking at all these cars, is there anything missing from this collection you're still trying to find?
Yeah, so somebody pointed out to me a couple of years ago, I don't have any Fords in my collection. And so,
no Mustangs?
No Mustang. And so, I'm an 80s sort of, I got my license in the 80s, and that's sort of nostalgic for me. And so a 5-liter Mustang GT is definitely at the top of the list. And so we'll see if one shows up tomorrow, and we might be doing some negotiating.
You might, put the word out there. He's looking for that DeLorean. Is the DeLorean here?
Yep, it's in the other room, so there's a whole other room.
There's a whole other room. Let's take a look. Let's walk on over here. So the DeLorean was kind of a cool purchase as well, because that gets a lot of play during the 80s in the hole, and there wasn't that many of those made. How many?
Just a few thousand between 1981 and 1982, and so not a whole lot out there at all. And of course, my kids, loved Back to the Future just like I did, and so they were like, "Dad, let's get a DeLorean." And I have a bad habit of getting on Craigslist late at night and happen to find one. So.
Oh my gosh, look at this! Oh, now here we go. Burt Reynolds action going on.
Yep. Smokey and the Bandit. Yep.
So these seem to be more of the little more muscle car action going on here, a little of the iconic moments in childhood I can see.
Yeah, I tried to organize it a little bit, like imports and Mercedes and Ferrari over there, and more of the cars that I grew up with, like the Grand National.
Yes,
because it was so fast.
That it was so.
And the El Camino is just one that I've always sort of liked the utility of. It's got some style. And then like the DeLorean.
Here's the DeLorean.
No flux capacitor in it.
Do you get a lot of people that contact you that want to buy your cars?
I get asked from time to time, and I tell them that it's a one-way sort of thing. The cars come in, but they don't go out. And at some point, when I'm 6 feet under, my kids will decide what they want to do with them. And if they're not car people, that would be the opportunity to acquire them. But as long as I'm around, I'll just hang out there. Because every time I've ever sold a car in the past, the moment it rolls off the end of the driveway, I regret it. So after going through that a couple times, I decided I'm just going to buy and hold.
Now, talking about the kids, do they ever come to you and say, Dad, do you mind if I borrow the DeLorean for the night, trying to impress a girl? Or
They like to be seen in them, but they like the comforts of Bluetooth and navigation and all the newer sort of features. And so they for homecoming and prom and things like that, they'll use them. But their daily driver, they like the creature comforts, and they don't drive stick yet. So that eliminates.
That's true. That
half
does
of them.
eliminate a lot of. That's good planning on your part. Now, I do drive a stick. We can talk about this
All
later.
right.
I don't know. Maybe I need to take like Bentley back to the station. What do you guys think? Might be a good idea. You know, Bobby, I love that you're doing what you're doing tomorrow night. 9/11, I know you guys are going to honor that day as well, and make sure to mention that you do have the fire truck 1947.
Yeah, 1947 fire truck.
So that'll be here tomorrow. Come on down tomorrow night. You know, $50. You're going to get a couple drink tickets, great food by Brick Street, entertainment, and you can tour and look at all these amazing cars. But more importantly, you're going to help raise money for the Flint Institute of Music and the Sloan Longway. With Bobby Mukkamala at the warehouse with all the cool cars, I'm Lisa Green from Cars 108.